Well, at least that was it, that is. But I'm going to tell you another story that I think would be a sequel. As I would say, a sequel to the horrifyingness. Like, you've heard Meatball's Rap already, but have you heard of the sad story of Milady Cat? Well, here's how it started. The same time I threw that disc away was also mean the time it happened last week. Just a few hours. One day, I woke up to the sight I had last night. The scares in my body looked like it was imagining things, but I guess it wasn't. This would center on the 44 cats, but this story was more of a different kind. This story started no other. I woke up after doing the daily routine. Soon, I decided to go back on my Nintendo Switch when I found it's actually gone for no reason. It was weird to me, since my Nintendo Switch has never even disappeared until I found a disc. Soon, Granny Pina came in. Yeah, our granny. And she got the disc and she set it on the table for the other cats to see. I couldn't see very well, but I decided to just go up on the chair. Granny Pina then said, "Hello, dears. This is actually an episode we were supposed to broadcast. Since then, after the failure of an episode called Meatball's Rap, I decided it should be shelved and broken down. Maybe you guys can break it since you guys were in the episode." Granny Pina then leaves. We then got approached to the DVD. It said, "The Sad Story of Milady Cat." "Hey, that's weird," said Lampo, as he looked confusingly at me. I was confused too. Why would there be a strange episode about me? So I decided that nighttime would be the perfect time to see it, but Lampo didn't agree, saying that it would be scary. I just shrugged it off from Lampo and asked him to just go to sleep. I would be the only one to watch it, even though if it would be scary. I didn't care if it was scary. Okay, so the episode started weirdly. It started with another blue screen, just like by the end credits of Meatball's Rap. Then after that, it then shows a Nickelodeon logo. You know, the one with the Nickelodeon logos going into balloons and saying Nickelodeon. It then says copyright 2019 on the bottom. It was supposed to be a part of the first season. I then looked at the bottom of episodes. One of the episodes I assumed was the episode I was about to watch. It then said the sequel to Meatball's Rap. Well, I looked devastated, but I watched it anyway. The episode started like no other. Just like with Meatball's Rap, the title card showed up in a reddish tone though, and in the intro it was only me, Milady, with other cats killed in the background. This scared me for a moment, since I thought this was actually creeped out. The episode continues. After the title card shows up, with also a reddish tone, the episode starts in a demonic way. The episode starts at the house where our four main characters lived. It then shows the bedroom. Milady in her bed, with bloodshot eyes, creepiness above it. And then, I can't take this. And then, over the screen, it then shows the three other main characters, Pillow, Meatball, and Lampo, going to Milady, saying that they have to go on a concert tonight. Milady then looks at them angrily, with bloodshot eyes, saying, "You told me this so many times." I then looked, and then I looked at them back, saying that I was too tired to even perform tonight, and I decided to go back to sleep. But Lampo had enough and just shrugged me off the bed. "Okay, Milady, wake up. We cannot do the performance without you," he said. "Milady, I'm Milady." I then woke up, but then I got enraged. I hold up Lampo's shirt and then Lampo, saying, "Listen here, mister. I know my rights. You don't need to tell me what to do, because I can't do them." I then pull out a gun, which was from one of my pockets in the episode. I then got shocked by this sight. After that, I then got the gun. Not actually. And then, the next scene, I shot at Lampo in the stomach. After that, the two of the cats, Meatball and Pillow, both ran to hide, but I decided to go get them. Somehow, it then pauses by itself. The episode then stops for a second. Actually, no, 1 minute of the stopping episode. When the episode finally came back, minutes later, it then shows Milady, now with bloodshot eyes, long whiskers, and a toothy grin. First, she decides to go to Pillow's room, which Pillow, seeing the sight, starting to cry. "I know you're in there," Milady then says, and in a creepy tone, decides to chainsaw Pillow in half, taking the bow, and instead eating it all up. This disgusted me. I then continued watching. The last cat to kill was Meatball. Meatball in the garage, trying to hide away, but then, in a creepy sight, then sees a dark shadow of a cat walking behind him. It was me. I then stabbed Meatball in the chest. Inside of him was the food he already ate. And then I decided I was hungry, so I just ate it all up. This grossed me out so much, I paused the episode to go and vomit. After doing that, I decided to continue more of the episode. The rest of the episode then shows the city, now in blood, being killed by Milady. Then, it then says 2 weeks later. It then shows all the cats at the hospital, every single one, with Milady getting arrested for the attempt of murder. After that, it then shows a brief cutscene of Milady now at jail. A news reporter then goes on the news, saying that every cat should beware of this cat called Milady, Buffycat, as she tries to attempt murder to kill every cat in the city. Well, not every cat. Limpu then wakes up at the sight. It kind of shocked me, because I thought he was dead. But what's that above him? Milady. But it was only a dream. He then wakes up to see the sight that there was no more cats in the hospital, and that he was the only one. By the side of this, he then decided to go check on what was happening. He then saw that Milady was the only cat in town, also with Lampo. The episode ends with her running up to Lampo in a point of view shot. instantly slicing him in half. When the screen turned black, you could hear a chainsaw sound. It then ends the show. The end credits popped up in a red tone, of course, which wasn't usually the credits. The episode then ends, and then somehow the last minutes of the episode then shows a call sequence of what happened to the episode, which was one last message. A guy then says, "Hi, I'm the producer of 44 Cats. You might be wondering why this episode was in this tape. For whoever's watching, listen up. Please make sure to contact us and make sure this episode wasn't released. This episode was actually an unreleased episode and was supposed to be a finale of season 1, also with its first part, Meatball's Rap. Thank you for listening. And also, please notice if there's anything else wrong in which tape you have of our show. Thank you and goodbye." The tape then got out of the disc. When I started to sleep, I actually couldn't get to sleep, and I kept dreaming of what I saw. Meatball chainsawing people, killing them, also with me. I then started to scream, and what I witnessed wasn't the end, but would instead be the beginning of another story you might know.